Okay, this really is my last video. The other video was supposed to be my last video, but speaking with my clients at the end of the inspection, they had some questions about these cracks right in here. And I gotta say that vaulted ceilings, they don't know how to make them so that they won't crack. They don't know how to fix them so that they won't crack. You should expect some small cracks. I'm not yesing this off. You shouldn't expect a lot of cracks, and you shouldn't expect big cracks. Okay, the thermodynamics of the house. This is a fir and soft yellow pine. Architecture is regional. As the house in the wintertime, all the heat moves up, and the moisture too, from bathing and cooking. It moves up through the house, and this house will actually grow. It'll stretch up about 3 inches. And then once the air conditioner comes on, that kind of acts as a vacuum, dehumidifies, and the house will actually shrink. And the same thing happens with the soils. This is expansive clay soil. Between when this dirt is completely hydrated and dehydrated, it expands and contracts about 3 inches. So, not this house, but all these houses, in a nice wet January, nice wet March, they're all about 6 inches higher than they will be in a nice hot dry August. The house will shrink and the ground will shrink. It goes out 6 inches. And it all goes up. It's all relative. It doesn't happen 6 inches here. It doesn't happen 3 inches here. All right? So it kind of all moves together. It's more flexible than you would think. And you don't always get cracks. You don't always get cracks. But it explains some of these cracks. Now my client had some other questions about some cracks. And good questions. I thought it was this room. And this is like just bed cracks. This is normal. This is normal. This crack over here. This is normal. I mean, yay, I got a crack. I mean, nobody wants a crack. But it's pretty typical to the architecture, and the age, and the materials. But this crack, it's west, east. I've been had some problems. So the northeast, northeast bedroom. See that crack? It looks like somebody stepped on it. It doesn't look like movement. That looks like maybe a foot. And it wasn't me. That crack was here before I got here. That crack might have been here as long as 6 years ago, when they were installing all this in the attic. They're running that up. That's how old that crack might be. I had no business over here, and I didn't go over here. So this crack is different than what my clients were asking me about. And it's still, I don't think it's a structural crack. I think it's foot damage.